I'm so sorry to hear about your mom that just died. She gets 5 big booms. Boom, boom, boom. That's what they do. They go on like Instagram Live, and sometimes there's like somebody in the comment that or the comments that are like, "Hey, my brother just died. Can you give him some boobs for me?" And they're always like, "Yeah, he gets 5 big boobs," and it's crazy. Welcome back to Colton Cast, everybody. We're talking about
AJ, Big Justice, or the Rizzler. If one of you three are watching, can you give us some booms? Can you give us how many booms would this podcast have?
How many boobs does Fallen Future get? The MetalKnot album.
Speaking of MetalKnot, we released an album.
Yeah, we just released the album. I forgot about that. Woo!
Yeah, last time we recorded a podcast, we didn't release it yet, but now it's out and people liked it. Like,
yeah, and I'm pretty sure you called me slurs during that, and we had to scrap it. That's what happened. You can look it up.
What? Yeah, he's drinking his chunky chocolate milk right now.
This is a chocolate milk.
Chunk. There's the chunk.
I was on call when I poured it, and it looked like a softball came out of the.
You telling me he was chewing on it earlier. Like you told me you were chewing on it.
I was chewing on it.
Like that's disgusting,
like that
man.
One like Amazon review where the guy like gets spoiled milk from Amazon. He doesn't need cereal anymore. He just eats the chunks. And it's like
is that what that image you sent me earlier is? Is that
No, that was not that. Okay, for reference, I sent him a picture of somebody laying in bed, and in between their legs in the comforter, they poured Special K along with milk and a spoon. They were eating Special K straight out of the comforter from their leg hole.
Taking breakfast in bed to a whole new level.
Dude, the breakfast is the bed.
Breakfast is the bed.
We're supposed to be talking about MetalKnot lore.
Yeah,
Can we get into that?
The plan was the MetalKnot lore. We're going to talk about MetalKnot lore today.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about MetalKnot today, but first we have to talk about AJ and Big Justice. I don't think... Okay, I might be conflating here, but I don't think you've talked about your connections yet. Like, canonically, publicly.
Okay, so I'm just going to say this right now. This was a long time ago that my brother said he had connections with the AMH band. And recently, if you guys don't know, they did a collab with AJ, Big Justice, and the Rizzler for a song. Meaning there's a small, itty-bitty chance I could have connections to the Rizzler.
Yeah, we can make a couple calls and... We got talent.
We gotta see, though. I gotta ask my brother after this podcast, like, hey, do you think this is possible?
For the next MetalKnot album, I want to get the Rizzler there in some capacity. Even if it's just for, like, a little small promo thing, I want the Rizzler there.
You're writing Riz outside, man.
Dude, it's so rizzy. It's getting rizzy. Sorry.
Okay. MetalKnot, so chapter 1, the beginning. So,
oh my Jesus Christ, we have to go from the start. Okay.
Yeah, so should we talk about the scrapped story?
Yes. Okay. I know we talked about it in the shard episode.
We talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, we need to give more clarification.
We can go more in depth.
Because we wanted to keep Shard entertained and didn't want to go on this whole long tangent. But now we're able to go on this whole long tangent because it's just us, and Shard isn't here to hold us back.
Wow. Okay, I can't believe you would say that about our boyfriend.
What?
I don't know. That's like the first thing that came to my mind for some reason. I'm
Shard's gonna see this and be like, actually, no, I'm out.
Canceling the third album, guys. You guys
And then it's gonna be 6 years before we get the third album out. I almost called it by the actual name. I don't want
You know what I will say, though? The fact that the 3 years was worth it. Because if we would have, like, went into this album right after... right after Sitting Fusion.
Oh my it would have sucked so hard.
Remember when you told me to get the Beatmaker back out? Remember when we were so
desperate? I did say
desperate?
that a couple times.
I'm so glad I said no.
I was fiending to make MetalKnot 2 happen.
Well, it happened, and it is the best thing we've ever made.
And thankfully, logistically, it should take less time for the next album because we actually have a producer, and we actually have the tools and the talent.
Finally,
so you shouldn't have to wait 4 years for the next one. I say next year. Mark my words.
Maybe not next year.
You
I see
never know.
2027 happening. I see 2027 being more possible.
2026. Take it or leave it.
Your Honor, I plead the fifth. Anyway, I want to lick
plead
Steve Harvey's
the
bald
ye-
head.
What? Okay, can we talk about MetalKnot, please?
Anyway, so MetalKnot, I want to talk a bit about before City
Oh my-
Fusion was a thing. So, originally, James Butler's been here since the very beginning. I just want to mention that. James Butler has always been a character. One way or another, this stupid skeleton has been a character.
Dude, we should talk about. We were going through his Facebook last night,
Yeah.
and he posted this long, like, diatribe of just, like, he went to the lava and went sploosh.
He's sploosh.
I need to read those again, because it was just
read them.
unhinged ranting about James. If you can find those posts, I want to read them out.
You go ahead and tell what you remember of the original MetalKnot story.
Okay, so the original MetalKnot's. Do you want me to go like the original City Confusion story or the MetalKnot story? What's
Everything you
happening
remember
here?
from before the official story was in place.
Okay, so from what I understand, James is a god and he's scary, and he's like God also, which he's still pretty
Just
much
said that.
God.
You're just repeating
Shut
yourself.
up. He's God. And
Yeah, that's
he
kinda
like
cool.
sends some people to hell because it's fun for him, and he's like a psychopath, and his kid like didn't try to kill him, or
I found
I don't know.
sploosh.
You found sploosh?
I
Okay,
found sploosh.
send it to me. I'll read it out, and we can just see. Jesus Christ. Okay, from the top. This is from like 2019, no, not even
2021.
2021's. This is recent.
Yeah, this is very
More or less.
recent.
Okay. Right. And this was posted next to a picture of like the James Butler character reveal thing.
Yeah.
He had messed up. There was no going back for him. He kept stuttering. I'm very sorry. I forgot about the whole rule, and the judge instantly cut him off. Silence. You will be taken to the hell glitch for eternity. The judge demanded him to be taken to James to show him his new puppet. James laughed. You brought me this pathetic human. James then put one finger down and directed down. As soon as he did that, the guy was sent to eternal hell. The last thing he saw was James cackling maniacally, and then when he hit the bottom, sploosh! Right into the lava, instantly turned into skull. He screamed from pure pain, wishing for it to end. The only period in there is at the end. That's the only period. That's what we call a run-on sentence.
that was totally intentional.
It's crazy how much he sucks at grammar still.
And then, don't get me started on the May 17th post.
Oh Christ, the Mason. What's the Mason? Jesus Christ!
I used sploosh twice, dude. Why do I use sploosh?
Okay, so this is another one. I assume this is also a character reveal. Hang on, I gotta get me some chalky milk in me. Alright.
Oh, I found another one. Jesus.
Oh,
You know what?
Jesus, no.
We're not-
Okay,
we're not
you're
gonna get
reading the
into this
next
one.
two. You're
Okay.
You're reading the last one. He went up to the king and asked for his own glitch. The king, tired of him asking over and over again, told him that if he completed every single thing on the list of things to have a mirror glitch, he would let him. James immediately looked at the paper and saw the worst thing possible. At the very end, you had to kill a loved one and then kill yourself. James looked back up at the king, and after a whole minute of silence, he told the king he would do it, but he wanted the most powerful glitch imaginable. The king took the deal, and James got to work. He completed each obstacle one by one until it got to him having to kill a loved one. He would have to choose either his son or his wife. He took a big gulp and went into his room where his wife was sleeping. He pulled out his gun and shot her head right off her shoulders. The blood splattered everywhere. He was in regret and knew it had to be done for his glitch. He knew it was really unreasonable, but he still did it. He left the house and went back to the king and told him the deed is done. The king smiled and told him that he was next, but James demanded that he died from his own glitch. The king agreed and led him to his throne, where he would sit as a skeleton for eternity. The king asked him if he was ready, and James, no hesitation, jumped into the lava. Time went slower and slower before sploosh! He hit the lava, and he was burning and screaming in agony before he was bones and nothing more. They got his skeleton and woke him up, but when he woke up, he was nothing but bare bones placed on a throne. He could still think he had his human traits and even more.
Yeah, cock.
Again, the only period is at the end. I don't think
There,
there's a
okay,
single
I got
comma.
better. There are some, what is that?
I see one comma in that
There's
entire
a few,
thing.
I saw like 2. I see
Okay.
3.
You see 3. Oh, I see another one. Okay, I see.
Anyway, so Brody went gulp, and then he shot his wife.
He went gulp and shot her head right off, like a
That's a
like a
powerful
Rock'em,
gun.
like it's Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
That is a powerful gun, I must say.
Okay, you read the last one. That's literally 4 lines.
No, I got another one that is
Oh yes.
longer than the one you just read.
Oh,
So
I'm
here's
so
the
excited.
May 18th one. He gave everything he had to stay on his throne, but he couldn't get past the pain of what he did. This was the end for him. He would never be the same again. See less. And then, here we go.
The sea less isn't part of it. That's just Facebook.
May 22nd, 2021.
It's gonna be an entire like chapter of Cryon.
He
It's
What
gonna be
the
like
hell?
4,000 words. It's gonna be crazy.
he gave up. He killed his wife, and he still had a kid for all he knew. What? And he still had a kid for all he knew? Oh, but, he still had a
Bro, he
kid.
knew he squeezed it out. You should know.
And he still had a kid. For all he knew, his kid was also dead. He went up to the king who was burning contracts. Okay. He immediately went to the king and shouted, "I knew something was up!" The king stopped and looked at James and scared to his core said, "Mr. Butler, why are you here? You're not supposed to leave your throne!" James went to the king with pure frustration and knocked him out with his bare bone fist. With his bare bone first. With his bare bone first.
You suck at story making.
He demanded the
It
guards
is
to
a
take
damn.
He demanded the guards to take him to his glitch. As he sat on his throne, he counted down from 3, and they threw the king into the glitch, and he made sure he was gone forever. James smiled and told the guards, "Get the owner of the mirror glitch. We shall see who the next king is, me or him." The guard nodded, and James thought, "If this goes well, I can finally see my son again. If he will despise me, but at least I'll be there for his birthday." Awesome, man. James shaded a tear.
There's more.
James shaded a tear when the guards walked in. He wants to do it now. James rushed out and seemed all glitch owners and the owner of the mirror glitch. He stepped up on his platform. Hours voting later.
Hours voting wiener.
James won. He went to shake the owner of the mirror glitch's hand, but he pushed him away and said, "Just you wait, James. I'll get my revenge one day." James.
There's more. Don't stop. If there's more, keep going. You just gotta do it one breath. This is a run-on sentence. I know. You haven't encountered a single period. You keep going. You don't give me false hope that it's done. You keep going until it hurts. You breathe in and you keep going.
Can't wait till then. James smiled and pushed him off stage. Again, this is something awesome. So this is in 2021, and then he pushed him off the stage and said, "See you in hell, Alva." Dude, that's awesome. He smirked and went back to his throne. He thought how he wanted to give up, but now he just wanted to keep going and keep going. He did. The end. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I took none of that. I don't know what happened in that story.
So basically,
I know he wanted to be there for somebody's birthday, his kid.
Yeah, so his son's birthday is coming up. He's like, "I want to be there." So he killed the king to take his throne. One that he
As you
owned
do.
so long ago before he came and took it away.
Shut up.
And then he had a fight with the mirror glitch owner, which I was never mentioned before until now. I just want to bring up. I thought he owned the mirror glitch, but I guess not. And then his name was
He's
Alva, who, if you guys don't know, in the current MetalKnot's story, he is the original god. He's
cool.
He's not cool. He's a very bad guy, but you know.
Damn, never mind. We haven't gotten to that part of the writing process yet.
Yeah. I have it in my head, but we haven't got to writing. Anyway, but yeah, I want to tell you guys something funny. So, do you know the portal room in Minecraft Story Mode?
The porn room?
The portal room.
Not really. You're gonna
The
have
portal
to give me a
hallway. Hold on.
refresh.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a picture of the
Oh,
portal
the one
hallway.
that has like a trillion portals in it? It's
Yeah.
like a really long hallway? Okay,
That
I
is
getcha.
what
Was
I
that your idea?
imagined what the mirror
Okay.
glitch room looked like. It's a
Okay.
long hallway of portals.
You know, you better thank Christ every day that I came along and fixed everything.
Oh, I do. I thank him every single day I can. There's some days.
MetalKnot would be so much less cool.
Oh, dude. Okay, then let's get into City Confusion now.
Oh yes. Okay. So do you want me to tell it from my perspective or what?
Yeah, go ahead and tell it from your perspective, and I'll tell it from the actual perspective.
So from what I know, there was gonna be I don't know if this was like the original. No, the original plan was like the City of Confusion was like a maze, and you had to escape it.
Yeah.
I think that was the initial thing, and then
It
later it turned into like
a
triple island kind of thing where all where all the albums would be.
The original concept, me and Lily thought about it, that it was going to be kind of like a Silent Hill kind of thing. Like the whole original City Confusion, if it was actually like made correctly, it would have sounded more like a horror album. It was supposed to be a horror album. It was supposed to be scary.
We are fine.
Yeah, I never turned into that.
So there's 3 islands. There's City Confusion. There's City of some else, and then there's Cryon, which was apparently going to be an island.
I'm pretty sure there was a town also.
There was a town. Hang on, I could probably pull up our old chat logs. And
dear God, you have my deleted account. I probably sent him porn.
No, you haven't sent me any porn yet.
No, I'll change that right now, I guess.
Don't send me porn. Okay.
Actually, just check my Twitter account. There you go.
I'm not checking your Twitter. City of... wait, no. Island. Nope. City of...
I'm sorry, why did you just go, like the guy from Sesame Street? That just gotta hit me.
Attack takes place in City Confusion. That's still relevant. That's still real. I can't... Oh, well, I found an old track list. That's the final track list. Where is the city? Okay. Do you have like we make it okay. I forget how to project. I found Project 600.
Oh God.
You want to talk about Project 600?
I mean, I'd be down to talk about Project 600 after we finish up the City Confusion segment. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and tell the actual story here.
All right.
So originally, again, as I said, it was going to be more of a horror album. It was going to be scary. That was the whole point. It was going to be spooky and scary. If you listen to it now, listen to Goodbye City Confusion, you'll get how scary it is. It's scary, but how bad it is. But
but hang on, before we do though, I didn't find the city of whatever it was, but I found the original second album story if you want me to talk about it.
Yeah, send that in, man. Hell yeah.
So you started this with, dude, I have a new story idea. Instead of Corruption, which was going to be the second album originally, Travel Through Time.
Oh God.
That one. Okay, I want to mention first, when I was like, okay, what do you want the Travel Through Time cover to be? You were like, yeah, make a time machine. Oh, you were like, make a time machine. I was like, dude, okay, what do you mean? And so I had to work with what I gave, and it kind of turned out looking like a penis.
Dude.
In my defense, make a time machine.
It's very vague.
Okay.
Yeah, make a time machine right now. In real life, not for an album art. Just make a time machine.
Okay, so here's your verbatim thing you told me when I asked about the new story. So, they go back in time to save Amber. They would find the story of the city and also found out that they wouldn't be able to save their sister no matter what they did, so they decide to make a new future and rebuild the city out of light and return it to normal. But in the third album, Cryon tries to destroy it again, and it's up to me if Cryon wins or Confusion wins.
This is a terrible Smash Bros. game.
It sucks.
Man, what happened to Mario?
This story sucks penis. I'm gonna see if I can find.
Dude, I literally just did. It's a canon event that your sister's dead. I literally just did that.
So real.
Before it was like a meme. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to the City Confusion story. So basically, again, it was gonna be a horror album. You would start. It was supposed to be a fairy tale. Like people said, oh yeah, if you don't, it's like a thing your parents would tell you if you're being bad. If you keep being bad, the boogeyman's gonna take you to Kishfire and he's gonna make you go insane. Good luck sleeping tonight. And so basically, there were three siblings: James, not Butler, but James Pawn, Abire Pawn, and Amber Pawn. Only two of those characters still exist. And oh,
I sent him something terrible.
oh,
I imagine
oh.
he just wants to kill himself now.
I
So let me
do.
describe it for you. It's his dumb little face, and
Okay.
at the very top, it's a cover art, and at the very top, based off the project series, official EP, my story, and it's Ollie like very like transparent to his right.
This is my persona.
Okay, continue Cry on H or whatever you were
Okay.
talking about.
So they would end up in the city confusion, and immediately they're like, "What the fudge? I don't know what's happening," and they start panicking. And basically, Ollie, which is a character, fun little fact for you people who don't know. That's such a dumb thing to say. Like, of course he's a character.
We need to explain the Cry on story.
Okay, so Ollie was like, "Hello, welcome to City Confusion. Good luck getting out, lol, XD, troll. And basically, there would be monsters that chase them throughout, and they would find a little hidey hole in a cave, like Sonic the Hedgehog. And eventually, Amber would die, and they would find the secret secret fourth Pawn family member that was lost inside the city years ago. Never mentioned before to them. Like, I don't know why that wasn't important, but.
This story sucks.
And then they would go through like paintings to go back in time to save their sister. I have this all written down on a document on my school laptop.
Okay, so
That I
Super
no
Mario
longer have.
64 their way back to the past.
Yeah, they marched before their way back to the past.
And then they blow up Cryon,
Yeah,
from what
basically.
I understand.
This was before Future was a thing. Well, actually, no. I don't remember when Future became a thing. I think.
No, Future definitely was a thing because it was because
Oh yeah, because
the anime curse was in there.
what's his name? Jerry was the fifth Pawn member, which like they have a lot of secret members. Like that's only two, but like, dude, how do your parents just not tell you? Oh yeah, you have a sister and a brother went missing. Like,
No, I wouldn't worry about it though.
I'm sure they're fine. Anyway, yeah, that was basically the original like concept that I was writing a book, quote unquote, and I got
It
six
wasn't
chapters
gonna be
in.
good.
It wasn't good, no, not at all. I wish I still had my school account, but I don't go to school anymore, so I don't. But it has the if I can find a way to log into it, I will. But it has the original story like in its entirety.
If you can find that, I will give you
'Cause I
like
think
$20.
I think I got to deactivating. I remember specifically they were going to be like this cube that would like display different rooms or like different like scenery. So they'd be a flower garden, and Ollie was talking about his past and like how his life sucks. It was like, dude, you're a robot. Chill out. This was back before Ollie's actual soul was trapped inside the robot, which we'll get to that later. I swear it's a good story thing. I swear.
It's not a good story.
It's good. It's oh yeah, not the old story. The new story is great. The current
I don't know
story
what
is
you're
awesome.
talking about, but I'm pretty sure I don't know what you're talking about. But if you mention anything like past with the MetalKnot's story, I could say confidently it probably sucks.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's no doubting it. And then get to the second album, which is Fallen Future now. It was originally Corruption, which the whole idea of it was going to be in phases. It would like have phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3, and it'd be like a boss fight basically. And I was like, oh, it's such a cool concept. It's never done before. It's never done before because it's a bad idea. I'm just saying this now. It was never done before because it sucks.
That is true. That is just factual. I know what I'll do. I'll make my albums into boss fight phases. That'll be funny. That won't
And then
be
I was like,
hard
yeah,
to
this is kind of
follow.
stupid. I couldn't really figure out how I was going to do with it. It's going to be like 15 tracks long. It was not a good foundation. So I was like, scrap that, travel through time. Which was arguably worse.
Travel through time. I don't remember. I think no. I'm pretty. Okay, hang on. I'm trying to remember. I think some point Cryon won. Like won in some kind of scenario where they like took over the city or something.
Yeah, I don't
And then they were
remember
like,
anything.
"Uh-oh. that's bad, and they had to go back in time, kill Robert, and it was like,
It was a
cool.
mess, and I don't even remember it. It was that bad.
And
And
that's
then
when I got in. I started writing the Cryon story,
and
and I
then he
like started
also,
explaining everything.
I'm pretty sure this was all planned before the release of City Confusion, because this is when we changed. This is like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna have islands of like all the stuff. So you have Kishfire, which was not the name of it at the time, but Kishfire, City Confusion, first island. And you have Island of Future, Island of Happiness, Island of Madness, and then Island of Cryon. There's gonna be four. I remember that there's gonna be four.
That's so stupid.
It was very stupid, but we scrapped that because I didn't feel like yelling at TGP because he got the album art wrong. Basically, he made the City Confusion album art, and he put Cryon and Future into one place, and that basically saved the story. I'm saying that now. Me not correcting
Yeah,
you saved the story.
it made it from very stupid to actually somewhat grounded, kind of, not really, but
Well,
more
yeah, the story's
grounded than
obviously like
whatever the hell
right
was
now.
going
The
on.
story's not grounded. It's never going to be grounded. It's a fairy tale.
Yeah, it's very
fiction.
sci-fi, but it's still like
Like it could
it's still like you can connect.
hypothetically, it could happen.
Yeah, you could like follow it
Yeah,
based off like what you know IRL.
like it's not like the anime curse where the anime curse has probably happened to somebody. Like, doubt it, but it's a possibility.
It definitely is not.
I mean, okay, you hallucinate.
My brother just killed himself. I must watch. My sister's beautiful wife is now my
Well,
girlfriend.
I'm not saying that's a specific thing they watch. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, like, you got this kid who's
That's something
extremely
you
depressed.
watched, though.
This kid is extremely depressed, and he just kind of like handles himself up by watching different stupid stuff, and then he sees hallucinations of his brother. I'm sure that happened. I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna shut up.
My sister's beautiful wife is now my girlfriend. Somebody make that into something. Okay,
Someone makes fan art. Shard, get on that.
No, Shard, do not get on that. Okay, let's talk about the story now. What it is and what it will hopefully stay to be.
Well, no, hold on. Let's not talk about that yet. Let's talk about the origin of
Okay, or
Cryon.
not. Oh god, the origin of crime. Okay, so now this is gonna need my expertise. So
I'm
Cryon,
breaking you down with me.
Cryon. I started. Hang on, I want to see when I made the first track list because originally was part of my thing, TGC Records.
Well, there's not one of
Shut
those
up.
records, and you guys should go listen to Kingdom and My Lord.
And Kings No More.
Is that what it? Okay, I couldn't remember what the other one was called.
You couldn't.
I literally
oh
just
my
listened
God.
to it too. I literally just listened to it the other day.
You did.
Like, I don't know how to remember that.
It's crazy. All right, I think it was sometime November 2021. It was a little bit before I met you, I'm pretty sure. No. It was after I met you. No.
Was it? Most of this was like before we met each other. Like us meeting was like what saved the band, or like our story.
Okay.
Our stories.
So Lands of Cryon was where the name Cryon came from, and it was like this like snow planet that like in a cave had like some kind of secret like artifact that held like
he built the Cryon in a cave with a box of scraps.
Shut up. And it was like really powerful, and like if you held it, it would make you a god, and like it was gonna be said that the people who inhabited the planet previously tried to bury it so no one would ever happen, but then the world became frozen over because it was like a thing that was made of fire, and then like aliens came down and got it, and they were gonna like rule the universe or something. I don't remember. That's where Cryon came from. And then a little while later, this was definitely a little bit after like we knew of each other. Like we weren't, I don't think we were like friends, but we were acquaintances. Like we talked briefly, and that's where I made the first Cryon logo. And I was like, okay, this is gonna be like a dystopian thing. It's gonna be like a bad company. It's gonna be really cool. They're gonna burn down the city that they're in, and they're gonna do whatever they want, and then they're gonna be like the rulers of Earth or something. I don't really remember. And then that eventually fell apart because I didn't want to do a fifth album because originally it was gonna be like there was gonna be 5 albums per like saga of the
Oh my
TGC record
god.
story. I got the 4 albums, but the 5th album I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. And
Remember when we
then I
originally
just
had like a
stopped.
10 album plan? That was
Did
crazy.
we? Oh Jesus, liberal
Yeah,
Christ.
no. Let's glad we
So
condensed it down to 5.
yeah, Cryon was gonna be the 6th album. It was gonna be the first of the new story, and then just canceled that all because I didn't feel like doing any of it. And then a while later, I was talking to Arcade Mr. Colton about MetalKnot's stuff, and I was
Colton
like,
Cast.
"Hey, yes, Mr. Colton H. Cast,"
Colton H Cast.
and I was like, "Hey, if you ever need like a scary evil company for a MetalKnot, just use the Cryon idea. I don't need it. I'm not using it." And he was like, "Okay, I probably won't do that." And then like a couple months later, I was like, "Hey, can I do that Cryon idea?" And you were like, "Yeah, sure." And so I wrote a little paragraph, and it was it explained like the scary monsters.
Yeah, it put a lot.
That's the
Basically, he
big
brought
thing
all the
it
good
did.
ideas. He brought all the good ideas to
Yeah,
the
I brought all the
table.
cool stuff to the table, and you were like, "Dude, that's awesome. Keep doing that." And then I wrote in not Amber's death.
Yeah.
And then that kind of how it got the ball rolling, and I kind of paved the way for it to be like somewhat of a normal city on on an alien planet
Yeah.
inhabited
Alien
by
City.
kind of human stuff, kind of human people,
Oh, okay, calm down.
and
I don't know nothing
and
about
it's
gay people.
gay people exist in Shard.
They
Need to
do
prove it.
exist. And Amy's literally lesbian. That
That's
is
true.
canon.
That's
Everybody
canonical.
listening. That is canon. That is canon.
That is canon.
That's canon.
Yes, Amy is lesbian. And, I'm not saying that.
No, don't.
Jeremy's
Jeremy's gay.
Sorry.
What? What?
Sorry. Okay, disregard that. That last part isn't canon. That first part is though. Okay,
Dude, you can't. Dude, you
I
never
brought-
sat down in the story. We can't have a drawing of that.
that's so real though. Okay, and that's kind of how Cryon came to be. And then I just kept expanding and putting more things into the story, like explaining all the weird, scary stuff from like the perspective of people on the ground. And I think I kind of rewrote a lot of stuff. And I made sure when I was doing it, when I was making Cryon, I was like, you're gonna read through this and you're gonna make sure it's okay before I publish this, because you're not gonna, because he had a habit of doing this. He would make the story something, and then like a couple weeks later at the middle of the night be like, "Dude, new story idea. We have to completely redo everything." And so I was like, we're locking this in. We're locking this in, and you're gonna follow it. And if you don't follow it, I'm gonna kill you. And so far we followed it pretty good. You followed it. You followed what was in the story.
Well, yeah, but originally,
Everything else,
talk
though.
about the reboot.
The reboot. Well, okay. Yeah, the reboot was, I think, the closest we've ever had to a falling out.
We almost stopped being friends because of MetalKnot.
Legitimately.
MetalKnot
Okay,
ruined
so
our friendship.
I'll let you explain it because I've been yapping too much.
Okay, so basically, I remember specifically my dad was getting a new car. It's very important to the story, I must say. And I was just like struggling with like story ideas. Like I want to get Tack out of. I want to get the anime curse out of MetalKnot because it just wasn't working. I wanted to do my own thing with the story. I want to make it original. And like originally, I was like, okay, what if plot twist was like, oh yeah, this was what Jerry was saying to himself and just assuming all this was like, that's stupid. So I was like, I might just reboot the story because I can't make this work. And you were like, no, we're not doing that. And we got in a whole fight until we thought about something.
Yeah. My main problem was you were wanting to take Future out completely.
Was I? Okay.
I'm pretty sure that, because that's like if we had to change the track list, so be it. But like the main thing you wanted to do was like take Future completely out, like completely oust it. Like I was trying to say like, no, we could make it into like something else.
And
we were like, no, I want Future completely out. I want it to go with the anime curse. And it was sucky because Future is so pivotal to Cryon, and like just you can't just take it out. And it was crazy. and we got into a big fight because because I was trying to be like, no, we could do this instead, and you were like, no, it's going out, and I was so mad at you.
And then I think I also got like really mad. Like I'm just rebooting the whole story. I'm rebooting it all from the start. And then that's what like really like.
Yeah, that's when I was like, all right, I turned off my phone. I was like, you know what, screw him, and I went to sleep angry. And I woke up in the middle of the night, and then I saw you were like trying to call me, being like, hey man, past is the past. Can we put this behind us? And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm still not ready. And I fell back asleep, and then I
Do
woke
you
up in the
have
morning.
the messages?
I definitely have the messages.
You're trying to
It'll take a
find
second
them.
to find them.
Okay, keep explaining the story, and then try to find them while I'm explaining more MetalKnot stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so
So.
I completely forgot what I was gonna say. I can't do two things at once. Okay.
We talk about the reboot. We
Future.
rebooted it.
Yeah,
And
the
then-
reboot. Hang on. Let me find it. I gotta find it first.
I'll keep going off in the story. Eventually, we kind of like came to terms like, okay, let's remove the anime curse and plot twist out of City Confusion, and bam, that worked perfectly fine. I made Recursed, which became its own story over time. Originally, it was going to just be a remake of the first two seasons, and just so they matched up with season 3. But then, like, I think like episode 3, Lily was like, "Hey, what if we made this an original story?" I'm like, "I like it. Let's do that." And so it's a bit of a inconsistency that I'm still trying to figure out how to work with. Of why in episode 2 it's like, "Oh, it's free time. You can only ruins." Like, I'm still trying to figure that out. But speaking of tech, I'm gonna go on a little tangent here. Since
the anime. Wait, I found. Okay, hang on. Shut up. I
found it.
I found. Okay, so I said, can you lay out the entire story for me, like bullet points? So this is from March 17th, 2022 at 8:27 a.m. This is from Project 300 to the 4th album that we haven't announced yet. That has stayed the 4th album. It's kind of crazy, actually.
Is it?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
God.
the one that it's the person that starts
I
with
know
an A.
what it is, but I didn't think we had.
I was just making I was just making sure we were on the same page. All right, so you laid it out. You were like, all right, man builds city. Man who builds city gets pushed off building and lives because he's literally God. City go to poo poo while creator hides. Some kid and his sister find a shard and go to poo poo city. Sister dies from crying or something. Kid depressed. Kid leaves. Man finds shard, goes to city. Fights for city. Man finds creator. They destroy future and cryon. They think everything okay, and city no longer red and poo poo. And I can't say anymore because that'll be spoiling.
It's funny because that's basically the story still. That is basically what the story still is.
Hey, that part ain't broken. That we don't need to fix that one.
Right, because we will talk about Fallen Future story here in a bit because we can now talk about that.
Yeah, we can. Wait, I'm gonna sort by old. That would probably help.
Anyway, yeah, tax stuff. Let's talk about this. Since teach me's finding stuff. I recently, last night, it was like 12 a.m. was on the toilet having the bad case of the Mondays, you could say.
Okay, dude.
Some bad days, some bad NyQuil problems, you could say. Some
bad NyQuil problems.
Some deodorant in the stink hole, if you know what I mean.
Dude, okay, just say you were pooping pretty bad.
I was pooping really bad, and deodorant in the stink hole. What's that even mean, dude?
I don't remember what you even said. It's kind of crazy.
Deodorant in the stink hole. Anyway,
shut up.
I texted you to be like, "Hey man, I kind of need your opinion on this. I want to remove Cowboy Bebop from the lineup, but also no. I think oh my god, it's so complicated. What I was going through.
This was like 12 hours ago. This can't be that hard to remember.
I was like, I think I'm going to do a funny and get rid of episode 10, make episode 10 Chainsaw Man and have some other animes just so I can like kind of outweigh the bad with the good, or outweigh the bad with the good. But then I was like, that's stupid. That just make more work for me. You said that. It'd make more work for me. I was like, all right. And then eventually I just came around to like, what if I removed episode, was it 7 and 8? Or 8 and 9. Yeah, 8 and 9. And make them a new anime, which I'm doing, Chainsaw Man. This will be announced by the time this episode comes out. I'm trying to kind of like take a break, and I got the story figured out. I got it all laid out and how it's going to work. And it's pretty cool, and that's about all that I can say about that. Have you found the messages yet?
Also, I think I have.
Okay.
It's a little bit after To Believe came out, I think.
Oh, really?
So let me just skim it. I
I was keep forgetting To
I
Believe
was
was a thing.
calling. Yeah, you were talking about Ollie having different modes like Project 300, 600, and a bunch of other ones, and I said, yeah, dude, that's dumb. No offense, baby.
Still said
And
that to me.
you, hang on. Let me Windows S this.
This scares me. The fact that the window S it.
Okay, I can't. Okay. So the thing you said, 3/18/2022 at 4:40 p.m. You were like, "All right, see, so tack, I want to disconnect it completely, but how would I go about doing that?" And I tried to say, honestly, I'd keep it in, not as important, but still for world building inside, future and Kitchfire, and then future Gavin 86. Terry still exists. Yeah, talk about Terry.
We'll talk about Terry later.
Okay, we'll talk about Terry later. And I was like, oh, you could do this and still keep it in. You were like, no, 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 no. I want tack to be its own thing. And then I was like, how did Jerry contact them in plot twist? And you were like, that's the thing. I don't know. And you were like, I'll make attack its own thing and book. And I was like, we already laid our bed in it. We're gonna lay in it. It's kind of crazy. And I was like, you could just do attack spin-off. And you were like, you're funny. And I was like, thanks, I try. This is when I think I was like getting annoyed at you.
We get annoyed at each other a lot. Like, for being really good friends, we sure do get annoyed at each other a lot.
We do.
That's why we're good friends.
Yeah, we love each other.
Yeah, we're lovers.
But you kind of built the story off of it. It's like knocking down a load-bearing wall.
What?
And
a load-bearing wall?
Yeah, like a load-bearing wall, like a supporting wall.
Bunch of cum in it.
Okay, dude. And you were like, you don't control the story, I do.
Oh, we're talking about villain or dude.
And I was like, well, I'm writing in it. It's kind of crazy. I was so mad at you. And I was like, Crying can't get the thing it needs. This is a semi-functional city before Jungle Juice. And you were like, no, it can have slaves in it or something. And I was like, that's not how you were like, yeah, they can have future can have slaves and they like make AI microchips off of it. And I was like, you can't do that. If you found out there was a building next to you that had slaves, you would burn that thing down. And he was like, Terry was helping make a better city. And I was like, you know what? I don't think I can do this. It's so volatile writing in it. And you were like, we boot it. And I was like, nope. And you were like, you're wanting to quit on me. Yes. So why do you care?
I don't know if this is like accurate at all. He could just be pulling stuff out his crack.
And then 3/18, I said, I'm calling Cryon off. And you were like,
oh my
the
God.
Story will never make sense. Go ahead. Cryon will just be an abandoned company since it's on the cover art. And I was like, I tried, man. I can't hold this together. We already started on the future album. We can't change. Why do you do this to me?
I feel like an abusive parent.
I know.
I feel like I'm seeing... I'm seeing an argument with my past
the final, like, cause I guess you were also getting a heated argument with Lily about it, and she left.
No,
and you were
there was something else going on that I did not want to talk about. It was not MetalKnot.
Okay, you were like, MetalKnot is over. Don't bother.
Dude,
and then, 1 hour later, you're like, hey man, let's put this past us at NotTGP. I think we need to start fresh with the story, remove Jerry from future, and say the message and plot twist was a hallucination. Can you call at NotTGP? Never mind. I hope you're doing okay. And then you sent me a link to something called the Kitchfire story, which I'm going to open in Google Docs. The page is not found. Rest in peace. We will start back here. Future is never fully shown in the cover art. It was. We can say it's an old abandoned building that was bought by someone. And then that's where we made up.
And that is
like
actually
12
where the
hours
story
later.
lays today.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
We're talking about Future. Fallen Future.
Yeah, Fallen Future's out, and I love it. I think, okay, I think the story is good.
There are still with the current story. There's still a lot of things we gotta like figure out. Like I'm still iffy on the whole Ollie thing because that's like it's kind of stupid, and also like how the hell did Samantha make a bomb? But we'll figure that out.
Yeah, thankfully, here's the best part about that. We haven't put anything concrete in that time frame, so we can do pretty much whatever the hell we want in that.
Yeah, there's no like official story online about like, oh yeah, this is what happened before. Nothing's concrete yet.
I think I'm pretty sure you actually explained it in a stream. But that's not fully MetalKnot, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, it was also made like 3 years ago.
No, was it? Oh my god, I'm old.
Dude, TGP has hair. Has his hair? Yeah, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he has.
Hey, maybe I'm bald. You don't know. Maybe
I'm bald. It's a cancer.
I am. No, it's not cancer. It's just no, I can't. I'm not saying that.
No, okay. Anyway, do we want to talk about how the MK's timeline starts in 1913?
The what did you just say to me? Oh, yeah. Okay, so let me pull up the timeline.
I have it pulled up already. You want me to send you the link?
No, I have it, I think. Timeline. Yeah.
And,
okay, so we're not going to give everything away.
Of course not.
Pretty much in the story, Shard is a planet. And it's made...
It's a mirror glitch.
Yeah, it's a mirror glitch, but it's also kind of a planet. It's kind of it's like its own dimension.
Yeah.
Okay. So Shard is its own dimension. And James, who is God in the story, made it for his son Michael and to have his friends kind of do whatever they want because he wanted them like protected. The
idea was that like, oh yeah, you can't die here because like what's going to kill you, right? You didn't expect the Shard to like people. You didn't expect people to invade Shard, so like he's like, okay, what's going to kill my son? He's fine.
Yeah, and so this whole thing starts like on Earth. It's like 1913.
Yeah,
is when we narrowed it down to because we need time for like the city to get built, like a whole city to get built, and for it to crumble to the ground and all that. So it's made.
And currently, I just want to mention this. We, as of right now, the latest thing to happen happens in the year 2305.
That's real. And only, like, not even year 400 on Shard. So they had an eventful 500 years.
Right.
So, it starts in 1913. That's when Shard's made. And then that's also when they found, like... the city of Kishfire. That's when Michael starts doing his thing, and that's when Ollie dies, and Samantha blows up this big shard in like the town square. I think you said.
Yeah, these are the things that are like canon to the story. Like Samantha blows up the city, Ollie dies. Those are two things that have to happen in the story.
Okay, and then so the shard blowing up kind of like sends a bunch of those fragments to Earth.
And if you touch upon the fragment of the Shard...
Yeah, if you grab one of them, you get teleported to Shard, and there's no way back.
Yeah, unless you kill yourself, but...
That is something to think about. That's not really getting back to Earth, I don't think.
Yeah, but also I thought about that. How would you die... Okay, you're in a mirror glitch, which is somewhere you go after death. So, if you die in a mirror glitch, then what?
Well, that's the cool thing. Mirror glitches can be whatever the hell we want because we haven't explained them yet. We can just say they're little pocket dimensions.
There you
go. Have fun.
We still got a lot of things to figure out the story.
Yeah, we can do that after this. It'll be cute.
Maybe, yeah.
So, after that, 300 years later, on Earth in 2246, which is... We're getting there. We're close.
Yeah.
That's when the Kishfire Tower is built, and that's when Futura started.
What is the Kishfire Tower? What is that again?
So the Kishfire Tower, this is Cryon Redux stuff.
Ooh.
Because I redid a lot of story elements. I didn't redo a lot of story elements. I kind of just like
the basic outline is still there, but it's expanded upon.
Like the bullet points are pretty much the same. Like it still follows the same path.
Yeah.
But it's just expanded and changed and made better. So
Yeah,
Kishfire Tower.
you get us some official Michael lines in the story. Just saying. Ooh.
That's so real. Don't spoil that. Don't
Dude,
you
that's
dare.
not a big spoiler.
That's a huge spoiler, and I'm gonna
Spoiled
sue
the whole
you.
story. You ruined it.
The whole story. Siled it. Michael appearing in Cryon was pivotal to everything happening in that story, and I can't believe you would just out and expose it like that. So Kishfire Tower is built, and Future is
soiled
started.
it like.
Siled it.
SpongeBob.
Siled it.
All right, keep going.
Okay, Kishfire Tower is built, and that's also Cryon Tower. And Robert is born in Kishfire, and Jeremy is born in Kishfire after that. And Amy is born on Earth, and Amy comes to Kishfire from picking up a strange rock that she finds. And so she starts Future. Actually, how is Future started before Amy is born on Earth? We gotta figure this out.
Okay, so I don't think I wanted to spoil this too much because we're still trying to like figure things out in that department.
Then don't talk about it. We can discuss it later.
All
That's
right,
so
look at
real.
that.
Okay.
All I can say is that Future was a cult that Amy joined, and then.
Oh, I thought she started it. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
So Jeremy's dad dies 20 years later when he's 20. And then that's when Cryon Inc. was made, and that's when Cryon Tower is bought by people. I won't say who, because it changes. It's changed from the old story. And then that's when Michael. I don't want to say too much. I don't know what we can reveal and what we cannot. I don't want it to be dramatic.
Okay.
That's when stuff happens, and that's when James is the one to bleed on Shard. I don't know if that's ever been explicitly said, but James is the one.
We can talk about that. It was in Cryon.
Yeah, it's in Cryon, but it's not explained really in Cryon. It just happens in Cryon.
We can explain it now.
It happens in Cryon. Somebody dies. James is mad. James tries to destroy Kishfire. James realizes, oh no, I probably shouldn't do that. That's really important to Michael. And so he undoes it, but as he's undoing it, he accidentally cuts his hand open on the Cryon Tower, and he bleeds all over the city,
making the sky red.
It makes the sky red. It starts an eternal rain of blood, and it's kind of crazy.
Honestly, that is the most cool thing we've ever put in the story.
Yeah,
I imagine at this point, he's not fully skeleton at this point. Because, okay, for those who don't know, by the end of the story, James Butler is just pure bone. But at the beginning of it, what you have in, Tales of Kishfire pilot episode, he's still fully skin. But eventually it all just kind of
He's still fully skin?
He's still fully skin. He still has skin.
So he's just decomposing.
He's decomposing, and I'm guessing, and in my head, it's during that part, he still has blood. He still has blood in him. That's how he's able to bleed, just so people don't get confused because he's a skeleton. But.
Yeah, okay. And so in 2300 is when the rain ends, and Robert kills himself. And then a couple other things happen. A couple things happen in the years after that, and I won't say anything, but we can discuss that after. And so that's kind of the timeline.
Dude, he dies in 1 year. That's crazy. Dude didn't last 2. Only 1 year he lasted.
What? Robert? Wait.
No, the other guy.
Oh, he comes. Okay, so he does that.
We're not gonna talk about that, but I'm just saying he dies in 1 year.
Well, he joined there, didn't he? Because it says that person comes out of hiding.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's been there, but he dies in the same year he comes back. I'm just saying it all happens in 1 year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get to that eventually.
He's a sucky. Okay, never mind. No spoilers. We'll theorize all you want.
We will explain the full story in its entirety when
once the albums are released.
Once the Kishfire story is finished up.
Yeah, which will be in probably 4 years.
Oh, if we're lucky.
Maybe. Everyone, that's Cryon Inc. Or Robert, that's Michael. MetalKnot.
Okay, so that's basically the basic story outline. City of Confusion. Let's actually talk about the albums now. We can get into the albums.
Yes, City of Confusion. So City of Confusion takes place. When the City of Confusion takes place, it takes place during it takes place over like 1 or 2 years.
So basically, Abire is with his sister because not him. Okay, Abire's mom and dad got into a fight, so Abire takes his sister Amber out to kind of get some fresh air to get away from the madness, because he doesn't want his sister to end up like his mom, because they're not good people. So he's like, all right, take you away from here, and we're gonna go like get food or whatever. I don't know. And
Your dumbass finds a rock. That's crazy.
Amber is like, she sees a shiny object and being like the dumb kid she is, picks it up. And Amber's like, don't pick that up, but she picks it up anyway, and she disappears right in front of him. So him panicking, he also picks up the shard, like, what the hell did you do? And then, bam, now he's in shard also.
I honestly thought well, okay, they also need to bring the shard with them. Because the people coming in slows down. That's like a part of the story somewhat. Because like there's less shards. I always figured like once somebody picks up a shard, it's used up.
Yeah, that is something we're gonna have to figure out, ain't it? Because
maybe
like just now,
he was holding her hand.
Off. Oh, okay, maybe.
She was and it teleported them both. It's kind of like a package deal. It's like a deal meal at McDonald's. It's kind of crazy.
Dude, it's like a 3 for 4 at McDonald's. I forget what it's called.
A 3 for 4 at McDonald's.
What is that Wendy's thing? Like 1 for 3 or whatever.
It's a it's a $5 biggie bag.
Okay, thank you. Not anywhere close. I don't know where I got 3 from.
You're kind of close, somewhat.
Okay. Anyway,
they both get teleported to Shard.
Yeah, they got teleported
Bad
to
stuff
Shard.
happens.
This is before the rain. Especially they get them before the rain starts falling, and or for the no, okay. The blood rain has started, but the insanity effects it has not started yet. The Cryon Jungle Juice has not been added into it yet.
Yeah, because it's just regular blood at this point. So like you can stroll through it. It's sucky, but you can stroll through it. You can walk through it. But once Robert puts the bad chemical into the clouds, that's what makes it like kind of toxic, and that's what makes it.
But in order for that to happen, Amber has to die. So it's not cuckoo until like maybe a few weeks after they get in there. Amber, specifically, Ibar wakes up, sees Amber getting murdered. Like that is like the whole this whole thing right there. He sees Amber get murdered right in front of him. That is protect her life. That's fall from grace. That's all of that. And he lives with like that kind of guilt, and like throughout the rest of the city. And when it goes throughout the city, that's when the insanity jungle juice comes through. And he starts seeing like flashbacks of his father, who wasn't a very good dad, of his sister, who it makes him think she's still alive, but every time it just messes with him. Basically, that's like the best way to explain it.
Yeah, he doesn't have all this. He doesn't have any of this part written down, so he's kind of pulling most of this out of his ass. I'm not pulling these out of my crack. I swear to God, this is literally some of it out of his crack.
Some of it, yes, but most of it is like stuff I've had written down. I'm trying to remember it. Like, some of it's a bit choppy, but
we'll get it figured out one of these years.
It's official. Like, he sees, like, flashbacks of his dad who beat him, and then his sister. Yeah, he just sees a bunch of crap, and eventually he escapes in the Goodbye City Confusion, which is not a good song.
Does he escape the planet, or does he go back to Earth? Well,
no, he escapes into. Ooh, yeah, you don't.
He escapes to like probably another city.
He moves to Mexico.
Is Shard this one like kind of island that has Kish fire on it, or is it like this entire basically, like, plain?
It is like a whole new Earth. So like it's basically, yeah, it's a whole new Earth.
So it's kind of like you landed in Dubai and then everywhere else was just desert, and you had nowhere else to go. Okay, yeah. This kind of sucks.
Around Kish fire, though, there's a forest. So I will just say that much.
Yeah, and he Bear Grylls it.
Minecraft. He plays
Minecraft for the next 20 years of his life before he dies in a freak hot dog accident.
We'll talk about the freak hot dog accidents after this. Anyway.
I don't know. A freak hot dog accident is such a funny thing because it poses so many questions.
How did you die?
Jeremy dies in a freak hot dog accident.
Okay, is there like a car that's like a hot dog? Did he like choke on a hot dog.
Like what? Like what? You get ran over by the Wienermobile?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on there?
Okay. But
It's like a battering ram directly to your chest, except it's a giant hot dog.
But that brings us into the newest album released, Fallen Future, which we have a better grasp of the story there because it's not as complicated as City Confusion.
And fun fact, this is the first this is being revealed. The third album is going to take place during both City Confusion and Falling Future. It's going to kind of have them in there.
Technically, it is like very hard to put all the albums into one timeline because every album kind of like goes
everything
back
overlaps.
And forth. Yeah, it's like Kiss or Fallen Future. Sorry, Fallen Future during Savior specifically. It is happening a bit before City Confusion.
So Fallen Future happens before, City Confusion.
It happens before and a little bit after. Like, okay.
Okay.
This is so hard. I told you, it's hard to put it into a timeline.
I was under the knowledge that City Confusion happens, and then very shortly after Fallen Future happens.
Okay.
And then
Bleed happens shortly after City Confusion.
Okay. You need to put this all out in a timeline for me, because I don't know. I should probably know this before I start writing in it. Before I start making, like, track lists.
Okay. So basically, this is it. Fallen Future, it starts with Bleed. We're gonna go in the album order here.
Bleed. First song ever is Bleed.
The first song ever, like that's the beginning. No,
that's the beginning. It's the first canonical MetalKnot track is Bleed.
There's no specific thing. I was going to pull something out my crack here, but I'm not going to do that because let's just try not to do that. And
that's awesome.
Well, Justin basically he comes home. This is the canon stuff. He comes home and don't know what happened to the mom. She's just gone, I guess. And the dad's there. Dad never liked Justin because for reasons I don't know yet. I was going to say his mom had an affair, but I don't have that situated yet.
Yeah, he pulled that one out of his ass crack. I can assure you that, viewers, dear viewers at home.
There was no affair in the storyline yet. There was no, I was not planned. But so Justin comes home from wherever he was, and Dad's a bit mad. Okay, Dad doesn't like Justin at all. This is all stuff that I've had planned forever now, and basically he goes violent on Justin. You know, the reason that you made me bleed bloodlust in your eyes, it took me by surprise. Thank you. But, basically, he leaves the house after, you know, his father...
Okay, guess what?
What?
Knife.
Ah!
Oh!
I was trying to think about the story, man. So, Justin... Did you say Holly?
I said Fallen.
I hate Holly, Skylar.
Skylar, I hate Holly. That happens in MetalKnot too.
Yeah,
I can prove that.
Walter White's in MetalKnot. We're getting Braxton Priest. What the hell's his name?
What? Braxton Priest?
I don't know. What is his name? Who is the actor who plays Walter White? I forget.
Bryan Cranston?
Thank you. Oh my God.
Who is Braxton Priest?
I don't know. I don't know why
Dude,
I thought
make that a character in MetalKnot right now.
Braxton Priest.
I gotta write that down.
Braxton Priest. He's a priest. He was the one. Okay, he's the one that taught Amy all this stuff. Oh my God, look at that.
Yes, he's the one that started Future.
Yeah. Okay, we're actually making up story here as we go. That's awesome. Anyway,
it's kind of hits the nail on the head that his last name is Priest, don't you think? And he runs a cult.
Listen. Originally, do we want to talk about Amy Tyler's original name?
What was it?
Amy Future.
Oh yeah, it was Amy Future. That's right. Yeah, because you wanted to be like me,
yeah.
Where the last name was the name of the company. Their
Thankfully,
names are who pops out a kid is like, okay, my last name is Future. I'm okay with this. I want to continue this.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. It sounds like a Family Guy cutaway gag.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with
Hey,
that.
Lois.
Hey, Lois.
Hey, Lois.
Anyway.
I made her bleed, Lois.
So, Surrounded by Darkness comes in. Justin ends up being in the city, from finding a shard, same way that Amber did, and he starts going insane instantly, almost instantly. This rain just takes effect on him. Like, oh my god, where the hell am I? I'm lost. I'm alone now more than ever. Like before, he was alone, but now it's like he's truly alone. He has nobody to go to, and so he just kind of like, what is the word I'm looking for here? He kind of just like, I was gonna say squabble up for some reason. Think about Kendrick Lamar.
He
He kind of just like marinates in his own.
He marinates in the blood of James that's raining down from
and
the
also
clouds.
he marinates in his own in his own brain, in his own mind, his own.
Dude, okay, I thought you were gonna say something a whole lot different. He marinates in his own pee. I know you, and I thought that's where you were going with that sentence.
I thought about saying it. It crossed my mind.
It shouldn't. No, that's the thing.
Marinates. Don't worry, he's legal age. Don't worry. Unlike Amber. I want to make that clear. Amber is 13 in the album. You guys cannot make porn of her.
13-year-olds can pee on. Okay.
What?
13-year-olds can piss in their own pants. That's just real. That's factual.
I'm 16 and I still do it. Just saying.
Damn, that's crazy.
I enjoy it
by choice too.
Actually,
okay, hang on. You shouldn't. There's some things you just shouldn't put on the internet.
I have a question for you. I thought about this while I was in the shower last night. Would you rather constantly pee yourself or constantly crap yourself?
Okay.
I'm letting you know pee yourself is the better option.
Yeah, okay, but here's my question. Okay. Am I able to transport it away in some fashion?
Yes.
Like, could I connect the funnel to my anus?
Yeah,
okay,
you can do that.
I'm probably going to do poop because I like to do stuff with my penis. That sounded weird. Let me be clear. I do mean sex, but I also mean, like, just being in general.
Let me be clear.
Let me be clear. I like to have sex with my penis.
Instead of like without it, you know, use my finger to have sex. Well, you can do that.
I mean, actually, you're probably not having sex if you're constantly pooping yourself. Let's be fair with that.
Sorry, babe. Ignore the bag full of my turds.
Ignore the backflow? Is that what you just said?
A bag full of turds. It's like Santa's sack. Like Santa's present.
Dude, you would need to have a 2-gallon colostomy bag at that point.
It's like Jesus criminy, dude.
Oh, it's like you have like a little tube that feeds it like out to the window. Okay, I see.
Yeah, no, I was thinking like there's like a Santa bag, like Santa's sack right behind you, letting it out. Like excuse the bag, excuse the bad bat.
Excuse me, babe. The bag's about to pop. I'll be right back.
I had to stop mid sex.
You could never have a cat. Because the
the
cat would pop the poo bag, and it would just.
A dog would eat it.
Okay. I have another question to ask. Is it liquid?
Yes, it is diarrhea.
Oh, okay.
It's not solid.
Constant diarrhea.
Like,
it's not
like
solid in the
milk.
slightest. Okay. Thanks for telling me that right after I just got done drinking a cup of chocolate milk. I appreciate that. Okay. So
Talk about diarrhea.
Does it come with the pain of the chocolate milk poop? Because I've had very liquid poops before, and it was terrible. Oh no,
your stomach
sucks.
is constantly hurting.
I have another question to ask.
Okay.
Am I allowed to become Jar Jar Binks?
What? Explain.
Because maybe people will hate me so much they kill me, and then I don't have to suffer through the whole shebang, the whole debacle.
I mean, you could kill yourself.
Oh, okay. Usually killing myself isn't an option in these type of what-if scenarios.
You can kill yourself. You can do that. It's fully an option.
So, okay, yeah. So I'm killing myself.
Okay. So you'd rather kill yourself than pee or poo yourself constantly?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
Dude, okay, do you know those houses that have, like, those vacuum tubes?
Where could this be going? Where could
you know those houses that, like, you can just, like, throw your dirty clothes into, like, a tube in the side of your wall, and it, like, goes to your washer?
Yeah.
Imagine that. But directly into a river.
Oh, my God.
And it's just your constant flow of doo-doo.
Brown?
Honey, why is the shower brown?
Where's my super suit? All right,
We
back
got
to Metal
completely
Knot.
off the rails here.
Back
Yeah,
to
you were talking
Metal
about
Knot.
Justin marinating in blood, and that kind of spiraled off.
So Justin marinates in his own sorrow, which is surrounded by darkness, or surrounded by all things surrounded by all the things in life that I no longer have. The lyrics just tell you the story outright, and then pray for my fall, where he just wants to kill himself. He's just tired of living, and then come around to save us. I think that's what's next, right? Oh, I need to look at the track list. I forget.
So, yes, it is. Because Save Us, Savior, and then
Okay.
Future, and then Sparked Hope, Fist Held High, and
All right.
Fallen Future. I remember
Okay.
the track list.
So save us. He finds. He hears Michael basically begging someone to save the city, and which kind of leads into Sparked Hope. Also, he finds the hope he needs. Within the rain, I see a glimmer of hope shining through from you. I think that's what the lyric is.
Shining through from you.
Yeah. So basically, he finds. It literally tells you the story in the song. It tells you straight out. Like,
It's kind of crazy.
save us, like it's like his turning point, and then we kind of detract. We kind of derail into Amy's past.
Deviate.
So save us, deviate. Thank you. Save us happens, and then Savior happens before like Bleed. So Savior is basically the teachings that they taught Amy before she. It's a contradiction. The first verse is they above can save us from chaos, they below will pull us to chaos. Second verse is they above will pull us to chaos, they below will save us from it. So it's a big contradiction. That's the whole point. I feel so smart right now. You have no idea.
You're saying big words.
And
Wait a minute.
what?
I might have some big news.
What?
Hang on. Hang on. I might. Okay. I think. Don't quote me on this. I think there's another episode of Talk Tua coming out soon. With
Really?
FaZe Banks. I'm so serious right now.
Show this to me.
Hang on, let me send. Okay, that one has a slur in it. I can't say it. Hang on. Don't. I don't want to click on the white boy reaction image. Okay, there you go. That's recent.
Oh,
Because they were talking about her crypto stuff that I invested heavily in.
She did not put a Glock to her head.
Woo! She didn't kill
Guys,
herself.
this is
Let's
live.
go.
This is live. Like,
This is
this is really
like we found out Funko's doing like a skibbity toilet.
Oh yeah, we recorded an
Thanks.
episode where it's a Scratch episode. It's never going to come out, but we recorded an episode where during it Funko announced Skibbity Toilet.
And I screamed. I got so excited. It was crazy.
If I can find the clip, I will pull it up now for you listeners at home. Anyway,
Yeah,
what was
continue.
I talking about? Okay,
I don't remember.
Savior's a big contradiction, and they eventually make Amy believe, if I remember specifically, it is that Amy has direct connections with God. Is it? Okay. What is the specifics of that? Because it doesn't I don't remember it on top of my head.
I think the specifics of what she believes is that the whole destruction of the city was God being mad at Kishfire for like not being pure enough, and that was like their warning. And so Amy is like trying to cleanse the unpure and kind of foster a community of only the purest like citizens of Kishfire. And that's her whole thing. She wants when the end of the world comes.
She takes the did you say unpure or purest?
No, she takes the pure. She takes in the most like pure to be like her family, and like kills the unpure.
Okay.
Like takes them out, so that when the world does end, God will look on Kishfire more fondly because there's more pure than impure, and he'll like send them to a really good heaven or something. I pulled like half of that out of my ass.
I
as I
actually
was
really
saying
like
it,
that.
but I
That was
think
actually
that's
really
good.
good. Yeah, that
I
is
like
that was like kind of hitting all the points that we wanted to hit anyway. What?
I don't know. I was trying to think of something like celebratory to say that wasn't like cowabunga, so I just went Bachumi.
Bachumi.
Like
You better start
kind of
saying that
first.
every video you make from now on.
Kachumi.
Bachumi. That better be Jeremy. Jeremy's catchphrase. Bachumi.
That'll be my new catchphrase.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. After Savior and fast forward a bit, Amy is now head of Future.
Mm-hmm.
And the song Future, I'm kind of blanking on the specifics here, but basically she is trying to get the unpure to stay at her little hotel, Hasbin Hotel moment. I hate that it's compared our story to Hasbin Hotel.
Dude, Jesus, I'm actually like canceling Cryon.
I love Hasbin Hotel, but I'm not comparing it to my story.
I love Hasbin Hotel. You can quote him on that.
You know what? I'll die on this hill. I will die on this hill. It's a good show.
All right, buddy.
It's a good show. Anyway, so she gets people to stay at the kind of hotel they have. God, it doesn't. I'm brain rotted. Anyway, and while they're staying there, she'll kind of just like kill, as he said, the unpure.
And maybe she'll try to convert some of the impure to pure.
Be pure. But if it doesn't work,
I don't know what. Yeah,
basically, she's just trying to be like, listen to me. I am what will bring you to
salvation.
Salvation, yes. And so she's like, bow before me. I am your queen. I will bring you to the king or whatever. And she thinks she's dating Jesus. Maybe she's not a lesbian.
What?
Joking. Okay.
Okay.
She's bisexual. Ooh.
Continue the story. She's lesbian.
I'm lesbian? Did she just say?
She's lesbian.
I said he's lesbian. Like technically.
All right, Drake, settle down. You say you're a girl. You're a lesbian. Yeah, girl. Me too.
Don't compare me to Drake. Don't compare me to Drake.
All right, please finish the story off because we're
pedophiles. He's gonna
Continue,
be a pedophile.
finish off the story of the album.
Okay. So she is like, come with me, and it's also like, she's obviously lying. Like, she obviously knows at least that some part of it that she's lying, and she's just bull crapping all of it.
Yeah, the thing I think we agreed on is like it's like kind of her way to like what's the word?
Cope.
To like not cope, but like satiate her need to like
kill her bloodlust. Her bloodlust.
Yeah.
It's like an excuse, like, oh yeah, I'm doing good, I'm not doing bad, but all like, these blood stains will show the monster inside me. Like,
she doesn't know it herself. That's what her brain wants, but that is like very subconsciously what she wants. And then, but her brain has put it under this guise of I'm actually helping people. It's kind of crazy how deep this is.
I'm honestly kind of glad I couldn't remember, but that is we did not just pull that out of our cracks, by the way. That is actually the story. That sounds
we kind of a little bit pulled it out of our cracks.
Well, yeah, but also what we put out of the crack, we're just using what we already have, so like it sounds good. Anyway,
that's the MetalKnot's story tagline. We pull it out of our cracks and we use what we got.
We actually, we may fall in future as we went along.
That's so real, though. We kind of did.
Anyway, we go into Sparked Hope, which originally was going to be the in the original track list. We're going to have to pull that up after this. We're going to pull up the original track list. But Save Us was supposed to be Sparked Hope.
That's going to take like 4 years.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Sparked Hope was to be like the turning point for Justin, but in the end we're like, what if it's the turning point for the city? Like this is what formed Legion, which have we talked about Legion?
Yeah, Legion. So basically, I want to read kind of want to maybe touch. I know I haven't decided yet, but I think I want to kind of touch up on this in the in the Redux
So do
remake
you
for
not want me
Cry
to
on
bring
Ink.
it? You not want me
But
to talk
it's
about it
but
now?
no, I do. Like it's still gonna stay the same, but probably how it forms is kind of gonna be a little bit different. But it'll still be like it'll still stick to the Fallen Future story. It's pretty much just like this legion of everybody who's like, hey, Amy sucks, and also Robert sucks. We're gonna kill them both, and then they kill them both.
So
They overthrow the kind of pseudo government that they set up, and it's awesome.
and Sparked
That's
Hope
what
is
they do.
basically like the like Justin and Michael are there like, we need a team. We need all of you here, right here, to help us and defeat these evil tyrants of our city and to take it back. And then Fist Held High is their kind of like march. It's their
Yeah,
yeah, it's their
that's after, uh, what's his nuts ends the rain, and that's like their chant, I
yeah,
guess.
Fist Held High is like, this is
And
their
then Fallen
this is,
Future is when Amy blows up.
so Fallen Future. This is actually a very conflicting one for me because I don't know why I said that. That's bull crap right there. That is not true in the slightest. That is not true in the slightest. I don't know
You
why
say
I
things
said
and
that.
then you're like, no, that doesn't make sense.
Like, that is not at all what I meant. I love the song. I love the story. It's a bit confusing.
Yeah.
It doesn't directly tell you what happened to Amy. So excuse me. Okay,
It
so
leaves it open for you to read the books, and then you'll know what happens.
well, also, like, I think I said in the short episode that's, like, kind of left for your interpretation. Like, oh, does Amy live? Does Amy die? It's like, honestly, unlike some other artists with a story album, we want you guys to have theories and expand and use your own knowledge and kind of expand
Okay,
upon the
well, you
story in your
can't
own
say
way.
we want you to make your own theories when I wrote a whole ass book talking about how Future exploded and died and killed
Okay.
everybody.
Well, anyway, ignoring that.
I just undid your whole ass point.
I was trying to make it think like, oh yeah, we're a community. As a
Yeah,
community,
you can
kinda,
theorize about this thing that
never
is
mind,
already
actually.
confirmed. Maybe
but
she
yeah.
didn't die in the explosion. Maybe she got out. Maybe they just like took her prisoner.
Anyway, as I was saying, before getting rudely interrupted by my co-host here,
What? I'll kill you.
So it's basically Amy's little little tantrum. She's like, "What? You know what? You all are
I
a
did
disgrace.
so much for this city.
I did.
And
You
you're
are
not
on air beneath
appreciating me.
my boot."
You're right beneath my boot. I've somehow gotten Arcade to start repeating Oni Plays bits, and he doesn't even know.
Hello, little chump.
Hello, little Trump. That's the only one he knows. You're right beneath my boot.
I need to watch Oni Plays. After we end call here, I'm gonna play Mario Odyssey and watch Oni Plays.
We have to do the timeline. We said we were gonna do that.
Oh
20
yeah,
minutes ago.
after. Okay, anyway, back to what I was saying. Fallen Future is basically Amy's little baby rage moment. She's like, "You guys suck. You have no idea what I've done for you, what I've sacrificed for you. And you know what? You know what I think? You're all disgusting. You're all a disgrace, and God thinks the same." She basically has a baby rage moment. And then the end, where it's kind of like going down, like, like at the end, it made no sense. At the end, it's kind of like to represent her life spiraling out of control, and then it ends abruptly because that's just her life ending. Like that's her. That's her death.
Damn.
And I want to just point out to
son,
Shard. Good
find
job,
this?
Shard, because he kind of like read my mind on that. I don't think that was intentional at all, but he did it.
Yeah, that
perfectly.
was definitely not intentional. He just did.
Definitely not. But it worked out perfectly.
Shard, we love you.
We love you, Shard. I hope if you're watching this, we love you, man. Anyway, yeah, that's Fallen Future. That's our best thing we've ever made.
And we can't wait for the next thing to be the best thing we ever make.
Yeah, so are we gonna make a new Metal Knot lore episode every time this album comes out?
Maybe, because we can reveal more. But we shouldn't need to, because there will be a book soon, and you can just read most of the stuff that happens.
And
Cry on Ink coming 2025 summer, baby. Blah, blah, blah.
you can read it on the go with a
Kindle.
put it on your shelf with a
Physical?
This is just a bit stupid.
I don't know what you're wanting from me.
I was wondering,
Cryonic
like,
is going to be a physical book
physical.
that you can buy, and it's also going to be an ebook you can read. It's going to be awesome.
You can take it on the go, which you can do with any book, by the way. Fun little fact for the people out there. You can take any book on the go.
It's going to have a hardcover, which you can't do with any other book.
You can't be hard for any other book but Cryon.
We're gonna have an entire box set. It's gonna be the hardcover. It's gonna be the paperback.
Poster?
It's gonna be a poster. It's also gonna be one of my pubic hairs, and it's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna have the third album CD in it.
Yeah, and if you buy it, it's gonna cost $20. And if you buy it, you also have to send your house address. And I come over to your house and I shave your bush. It's kind of crazy.
And give you a little bit of
van.
Tua.
Okay, dude. And we record a podcast episode with you while I'm shaving your bush.
So how are you feeling right now? Why are you guys in my house?
You know why you're in your house. So how are you feeling with the third album? Honestly, I feel like it's pretty good.
What do you think about Cryon? Oh, I loved it. It was awesome.
I'm like lining him up.
It's like
or her. We're gender inclusive here.
Oh yeah,
or
yeah,
them.
We're gender inclusive.
Hey,
here.
we're progressive.
15 minutes or more could save you a lot on car insurance.
15 minutes or more could save you more on shaving your bush. Call me an 18-year-old in 2001 because I'm ready to die for Bush. And with that, I think we can end off the podcast.
Do we want to talk a bit about the future of MetalKnot, or?
Future of MetalKnot. We're gonna keep. We got a book coming. We got another album coming, and that's all we can say for now. Okay, bye.